Hi, welcome to today's Voice of Greatness broadcast. My name is Joel Bryant and I'm your host. And on today's broadcast, I want to take just a few moments and talk to you about something that I call the enemy of greatness. Now, this is not the only enemy of greatness. There are many enemies, but this enemy is especially prevalent and pervasive in our culture, especially today, because of the increase in technology and social media and all the platforms that give you and I access and insight into other people's lives. And what is that enemy? It is the enemy called comparison. That's right. It's you and I looking at other people, their privileges and their prerequisites and their perks, and then we look at our own lives and think, wow, that person has an advantage that I've been denied or that I don't have access to, and because I lack access to the advantage or their achievements, then I must be unable or incapable or inadequate. And that's not to say that every comparison breeds that automatically, but you'll find yourself a lot of times as you're pursuing greatness. One of the things that makes you feel deficient and deflated and ultimately really defeated is you begin to focus too much on the assets and the opportunities that other people have. And sometimes we can all say, well, life isn't fair. And of course, I don't think life is fair either, but I do believe that things are just and that they work out as we do what we need to do for our own personal development. But you find yourself, when you're making a lot of comparisons with other people, you're going to find yourself becoming disenchanted. You're going to begin to feel disempowered unless you make the right kind of comparisons. And the right kind of comparison is looking at other people's process and progress to learn from what they've been through and what they have acquired and achieved so you can modify, perfect your own practice. And that's the right use of comparison. And used that way, comparisons compel us to sustain our pursuit. But wrongly used, comparisons make us reject our pace, curse our path, and we actually lose our peace, all because we are really beginning to focus too much on what other people have. We've all been guilty of this. But great people, the way they achieve their greatness is they learn very quickly that comparison wrongly made is the enemy of greatness. It is an energy stealer, it is an energy killer. So you've got to become conscious of becoming too much of a spectator and a voyeur, dare I say, and watching other people do their thing. If you're not watching the study, then you have to limit your interaction and your engagement in that kind of activity because, like I said, after a while, there's no benefit from it. So I want to encourage you today. All of us have an advantage. We all have a disadvantage. Every sweet has its sour. Every up has its down. None of us have a life that is recognized as completely privileged and favorable. I mean, we all take our turns, as Emerson would say, visiting the house of pain. That's something that's real in most of our lives. But we should not allow comparisons to make us feel that we've been deprived of something that's essential for our own advancement and development and our ability to contribute to other people's lives and our own personal well-being and personal fulfillment. So I want to encourage you today. Focus on yourself. What gifts, talents, and abilities do you have? What do you need to do to cultivate them? See, wisdom tends its own garden. When you tend your own garden, then you won't grieve as much over what you lack because you'll be too busy developing and maximizing those opportunities that life presents today. So I want to encourage you today. Focus on yourself. Develop your gifts, your talents, your education, your aptitudes, your interests. And as you do that over time, you'll find yourself enjoying even the more the exciting journey towards greatness. This has been the Voice of Greatness broadcast. My name is Joel Bryant. And until next time, have a greatness week because you can.